Hey folks, thanks for joining us today on another episode of Puff of Cigar. Today we are leaving the Cubans on a side. We're taking a break. We're actually going in the next two episodes. You'll probably be acquainted with some cigars, non-Cubans obviously, and depending on the order that they go in, if it's from the first or the second, doesn't really matter. So our next both reviews will be on non-Cubans. One of them that we'll be presenting is the one that you can see in front of you today. It's the Perez Carrillo Encore Majestic. Obviously, for the cigar connoisseur and the people that follows the Cigar Aficionado magazine would know that this was a 2018 cigar of the year with a rating of a 96. A little bit of background. As we know, it's a puro Nicaragua. Filler, binder, wrappers, all from Nicaragua. Length 5/3/8 of an inch by 52, box pressed, my favorites, being sarcastic here. So a little bit of I don't need to go into details about Ernesto Perez Carrillo. He's obviously a cigar maker who has been through many phases in the cigar industry. He also reinvented himself like several times through his career. They recently, they've also, they purchased, I think, La Gloria, was it in the year 2000 or 1999, if I'm not mistaken. And he once again, reinvented that and worked with them into that. So it's a man that has been a lot of experience, a lot of background in cigars. Cigar of the 2018, probably well deserved. So today we'll cut light and we'll go into details about this Vitola with you folks. Draw, I don't even need to talk about it. To me, it's non-factor at all. Draw is amazing. It's amazing. I get a sense of it's gonna be probably a strong one. Like it's definitely a full-bodied from the first, just couple of draws. I won't get into the taste yet, but you know what, I could say it's gonna be a good one. It's gonna be a good one. The only worry I have is another box pressed. I just hope the burn rate on this one will give me at least 40-45 minutes. I just hope on this one. Well, I'll let you know anyway, so stay tuned, okay? We'll get back to you. All right, folks, back with the first third of the Perez Carrillo Encore Majestic. At the beginning, when I took a cold draw, just to get a feel of what should I expect, it was mostly I was able to detect some pepper notes and some sort of a woody taste. And when I lighted up the cigar, the first draw had some pepper in it. It didn't mellow down yet, but I could say that my first third was mainly wood, dry wood. Mixed with some pepper notes. Usually I'm not a big fan of like a woody taste, but this somehow it's compelling. I like it. I'm enjoying it. It's a strong taste. It's really a full flavor taste. So if you're not a type of person that enjoy this woody type of sticks, I don't think this is yours. But if you do, this is definitely legit. It's so far so good. So my first third honestly is mainly wood, pepper, mixed with some other flavors that not able to detect yet. But there's no sweetness yet in the first third. To say that there's some coffee notes, and yet I haven't had any any notes indicating that as of yet. Hopefully on the second third will develop. I don't know why I get a feeling it's going to be consistent with flavors. I don't know if that's the case or not, but I guess we'll find out soon, so stay tuned. All right, folks, back with the second third of the Perez Carrillo Encore. All right, so on the first third we talked about this dry wood, pepper, some sort of like earthy taste, mostly on the natural side of things. You didn't feel that it's going to be more than that, but towards the midpoint where I am right now, some sort of creaminess started to develop. You could feel a little bit more creaminess into it. There's some hint of sweetness that I'm not able to detect, and you could say also that the complexity started to develop here, because right now this is where other flavors are starting to kick in, with the addition of the wood that is always present, and the pepper notes that I already talked about. Right now, midpoint, I'd say that it's starting to get interested a bit. At the beginning, at the first, I had to believe it's going to be a boring cigar, and I started to question marks cigar of the year 2018. Midpoint, it's interesting. Now it's getting a bit more on the interested side, and some other flavors are starting to develop. So this is where I am with the second third. Just to talk a little bit, just briefly, construction wise, I don't think there's any issues. I think it's pretty amazing. A little bit of you can see here I had to adjust. That's probably just a little bit of the wind going on here. It didn't help much, but as far as experience with the stick, no problem whatsoever. So this is where I am. We'll get into the last third, and we'll conclude this episode with our final thoughts on it. Stay tuned. All right, folks, back with the last third of the Perez Carrillo Encore Majestic. It's weird, really strange. We started with the wood, pepper. Towards the midpoint, I talked about a bit of sweetness, talked about the pepper, and mixed all together with some wood. Heading back the last third, that sweetness mellowed. You never felt it again. Back again to this dry woods. I don't know if it's cedar or it's some sort of dry wood, like I mentioned, with the pepper notes that went up a notch on it. Somehow consistent, with the exception of that midpoint through the last third. But back right now, we're back at the like we were in the first third. So I don't know, like honestly, in my books would have been a #1 cigar in 2018. I don't know, like I won't make any comments on this one. I'll leave it up, I'll leave it up in the air. Is it a bad smoke? No. Is it a great smokes among the big shots of cigars? Not to me, honestly. I've had much better than that. But nonetheless, it is quite an enjoyable smoke for the people that enjoy this type of blends, of portfolio flavors, of terroir, to say, of wood, pepper, hints of sweetness, back again to mostly dominant wood pepper style of cigar. Probably be yours. So this is what to expect from the Perez Carrillo. As far as construction and burn, nothing to say. A little bit of issues, but that's just wind conditions, a little bit of windy conditions on. But other than that, sharp, straight, no issues whatsoever. Surprisingly enough, compared to other box press cigars that I smoke, which the burn rate was accelerated to a level where, like, almost like you're just burning through a cigar. But this one, not bad at all. I mean, the rate, we're still in our 45 to 60 minutes, taking your time on this one. So pretty much nothing to say about that. So this is it, honestly. Would I smoke it again? Yeah, I'll probably smoke it again. I will. But like I said, I mean, 2018 #1 cigar of the year. Your expectations are all the way really high expectations on it. Did it fulfill all my expectations? I'll be honest, no. But it's not a bad stick. It's pretty decent stick. All right, folks. Hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you soon in another episode with another stick. Stay tuned.